Oh, I think I've spat everywhere. Toon Jam. Toon Jam. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Toon Jam for our 50th episode. 50th episode. And also, it's not, even though it's episode 50, we've actually done a few more because we did bonus ones, which means it's also our anniversary episode. 1 year of Toon Jam. Way! Get your tunes out! First of all, just want to say thank you for listening to us, those that have stayed with us for a whole year.
Whoa.
And for those that joined us, thanks too, because we've been going a whole year now.
And those of you who've left, fair play.
Fair play. I'm amazed you made it past the first intro.
Yeah.
But here we are, and we thought, what better way to celebrate a year than to visit the place where it all started?
That's it.
Ducktales.
It's only just begun.
Before we visited Ducktales, the original series.
Yeah.
But today we are visiting the 2017 series. That, if you remember correctly, if you've listened, we've mentioned it a few times. It was actually achieved. It had actually achieved.
Yeah.
100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
100%.
That means it's perfect.
Yeah.
No problems.
No issue.
Absolutely crystal clear.
The best thing
perfection
that's ever been put on.
There's no better TV Game of Thrones, forget it.
Yeah. Bye.
Not as good.
No. Nowhere near. Not enough character development.
No. 100%. So you think about that.
Yeah.
So DuckTales 2017 is an animated television series, if you hadn't already guessed, developed by Matt Youngberg and Francisco Angenes. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Apologies. Not that he's going to listen, but apologies anyway.
Yeah.
It's the kind of guy I am. I don't want to upset anyone.
Sorry. Sorry.
It was originally developed for Disney XD and then later for Disney Channel. The series is obviously a reboot of the 1987 series of the same name. DuckTales was officially announced in February 2015 and premiered August the 12th, 2017 with a 44-minute special titled Woo Oo, which is a lyric in the theme tune.
That's a lyric.
The first season, which resumed in September, consisted of 21 further 22-minute episodes and a 44-minute season finale special. Before the series was released, it was renewed for a second season as well. It has a new cast, including David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck, amongst other special guests and
modern folk.
Danny Pudi is actually one of the the ducks from Community, and
Ben Schwartz, I think, is in there somewhere.
Should I get the cast up just to give? Yeah, you've got Ben Schwartz as Dewey, Danny Pudi as Huey, Bobby Moynihan as Louie, and Katie Micucci, I don't really know how I say it.
From Garfunkel on Oates.
Yes, as Webby Vanderquack. I believe, though Donald Duck is voiced by Tony Anselmo, who usually voices him, there is an episode where he gets a voice modulator that actually fixes his voice for like one
Oh,
episode.
really?
And he's voiced by it's annoying me that I've just forgot his name. The guy from Hotel Rwanda. War Machine. What's his name?
Oh, Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, yeah. He
What?
voices Donald Duck
Really?
like one episode, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's
It's
so
like-
weird.
Yeah, dead weird. But yeah, so there's some cool. They've announced as well that, I don't know if he's already appeared, but Darkwing Duck is going to be in an episode of
Oh,
it,
right.
as well as if you've been following our Twitter, Instagram, Facebook feeds, I think I posted something where the gummy bears were referenced in it as well.
Oh,
So who knows what that will lead to, but
yeah.
cool nonetheless. So that's a bit of background info on the new DuckTales. Shall we quickly do memories?
Yeah.
Have you watched the 2017 DuckTales?
No.
No, neither have I. Okay, so let us then move on to the playthrough.
Rewind. Playthrough.
So, this episode,
Season 1, episode 22, the last crash of the Sun Chaser.
yeah, yes, which
Interesting.
basically centers around the younglings of the
Yes.
the younger ducks trying to uncover a secret of their family past. So they seem to have rigged up like their own little sort of investigative
Yeah, it
situation.
seems to be something that's been going on throughout the season.
Yeah, that we're not privy to. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. 'cause
We just went straight in.
We went straight in, feet
on this
first, episode 22.
Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah, show me what you got.
show me what you got, baby.
And then, so we don't know what all this is about. But apparently they've had stuff before where it's revealed little mysteries along the way. So
Yeah.
this is basically
You can gather it. Like
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I didn't know what was going on.
yeah, it's just like, oh, okay, they're trying to
Yeah.
figure something out. And so this secret is to do with their mother, basically.
Yeah.
And they seem to have some little pieces of scrap paper that they've sort of like they're constantly putting together, while Scrooge has decided to take them out on a little journey on the airplane piloted by Launchpad, and also their
Like an
sort of
adventure of some sort. That's
Yeah.
not really explained. It's
No.
just like they're going on an adventure.
So they find themselves in the plane, and to keep themselves entertained and to also figure this out, they've rigged like their own little sort of crime lab,
Yeah.
and they've got like lots of pins on the wall, and they're trying to figure out what's going on with their past. And it basically boils down to they've got a photo now that sort of signifies some event that happened to their mom. But in the process of trying to patch it together, things go awry in the aircraft, and so they hit like a rock. That there's a bit of turbulence, and they end up getting hit on they hit a really high point on like a very thin
thin mountain. Yeah.
a needle point into the sky. And then this makes the whole plane becomes very unstable, and so they've got to kind of keep the weight
Constantly
distributed.
balance it out, aren't they?
Yeah, there's lots of very cautious tips where it's moving from one side to the other. While all of this is happening, the final piece of the jigsaw almost seems to be floating around in different directions, and so they're kind of trying to chase that down while trying to stay alive, essentially.
Yeah.
And it takes very different forms of peril to try and get this thing back.
Yeah.
But eventually they manage to grab a piece, and it turns out to be a photo of like an old. I think it's old Scrooge.
It's like like Scrooge when he was younger in front of a space rocket.
Yeah, which basically causes him to explain the full story of how
Of what happened to Huey, Dewey, and Louie's
his mother. Yeah, which I don't think we'd previously really known.
No, it was just a never mentioned thing, wasn't it?
And so he reels off the story of like what he sort of went through in order to like. But basically, he was giving her a gift, and it kind of went sideways, and then she was very adventurous.
So, her, Donald and Scrooge used to go on adventures.
Yeah.
So it was like they were two brothers and a sister.
Yeah.
And she wanted to go to space as the next big adventure, but Donald was like, no, you've got some eggs in a pram.
Yeah.
You're a mum now.
That's it.
But then Scrooge built her a rocket
as a surprise, and she took off in it, and
before it was fully tested.
Yeah, and so it all went horribly wrong.
Yeah.
And so they end up kind of bitter towards Scrooge because he should have known better.
Yeah.
Whereas Scrooge kind of knows that he did actually go through some trauma, it seemed.
Yeah.
And it's just a very pretty.
Everyone's giving him like chirps.
Yeah.
For what he did.
Just like you should have known that the statistics weren't on your side and whatever, and you should have been more responsible. And I bet you were cheap and like didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
it's like why don't you send a fleet after him and stuff like that.
And then it sort of turns out that he did put money.
Yeah,
into
it sort of
shows
you flashback afterwards, doesn't it? Of him losing all his money.
Yeah.
Him being sort of dragged out of his offices by his company and sending up loads of rockets, doing everything he could to save her.
And then it sort of kind of really pretty much ends on that heavy premise, and everyone leaves Scrooge on his own, and he's pushed everyone away once again.
And he's got tears running down his face.
Yeah.
The end.
Toon Jam. Toon Jam.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the last crash of the Sun Chaser. As always, I'm going to start where it starts with the theme tune.
Yeah.
Sort of bittersweet, the theme tune.
Yeah.
Because it's cool that they've used the same song, because it is, as we've stated before, probably the best cartoon intro going.
Yeah.
Still, don't think we've come with a better one. Fantastic Four's up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is still probably the best one. But it's just a bit of a dud version, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very weird that they went for that and then decided to underplay like the very vital component, like the one bit, like the woo woo, which they named their pilot after. They don't go for the high note.
No,
they
and that's the like. I get that it's for a current audience, so it's a bit more like tweeny type.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. That's fine.
They're gonna get it, but that is the problem. It's just they don't hit the
woo. Yeah.
Like you want that like super high.
That's it.
But it says woo woo.
Yeah.
It's just
so flat. It just feels so wrong.
And that is the problem. The rest of it is fine.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
It wouldn't have mattered. If they'd have done the high note, I think you'd have been happy.
You'd just be like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's like it's different, but it's still the theme tune.
So it's so strange.
Yeah.
It's like taking a guitar solo out of like like a classic song.
Or just taking loads of notes out of it.
Yeah.
It's just weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just not right.
Yeah.
That's the bit that you go for.
Yeah.
That's the seller.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then no. So
the theme tune kind of falls a bit flat.
Yeah. So that's a bit.
Even so, right.
Yeah.
So we've got the rest.
So we go in. Yeah.
Immediately, I thought it was good that, like, one of the things. I mean, this is, if anything, a comparison episode. One of the things we discussed about the original Ducktales was how annoying the voices were.
Yeah.
Particularly Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Yeah.
That amount of. Like, it's weird because Donald is obviously like it's cool that Donald's in this because he wasn't in it before, was it? He might have been in the odd episode, but he's in it fully all the time. His voice is never annoying.
No,
it's just Donald Duck. You're like, so, but for them it was annoying.
It's too pitched.
Whereas in this they've given them normal voices, kids' voices that aren't kids, and also they look different. So you can actually tell beyond the colours.
Yeah,
they all have different characters, don't they? Sort of thing. And there's a girl in there now as well.
Yeah.
So it's like there's 4 of them.
That's it.
So that's quite cool.
Yeah.
David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, it was alright. Yeah, it did what it needed to be. Like he sounds like he's got.
It's like often you'll get like big name actors, and when it comes to voice acting, it just sounds a bit weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But this fit, I thought.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think. I mean, you do sort of think, oh, it's David Tennant because. But I think if you watched a few, you'd forget.
Yeah.
It
like, doesn't take you out of it, doesn't it?
No. He's quite good at doing a cartoon voice.
Yeah.
It works still. And he's actually Scottish, so the weird pronunciations from the first season aren't there.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Character design,
Yeah, I think
art style is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very.
I suppose it's based on the first comics with Scrooge in,
Right.
so they try to make it look more like that.
Yeah.
Only thing that's weird, it's not necessarily, it's not going to ruin it at all, but that Donald wears black
Yeah.
instead of blue.
Yeah, I thought that. I didn't know whether they like that was purposefully done to make him kind of look like an old character, because he kind of looks like he's in black and white, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like maybe that's like a point that it was like a throwback
choice.
type thing. Yeah.
But obviously, it's a choice they've made.
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh, that's weird. He's black and white.
Yeah.
But, like I say, not a problem.
No.
It's just a choice that they've obviously made for some reason.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was cool that he was in it, and that because like I'm pretty sure one of our things was like we don't really understand like the genealogy of the family.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, oh,
that's what
their
it
Uncle
seems
Donald.
this is all about.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
So it's cool that they've got their mum. The only problem is, I thought in tying all their stories together so well, you start to wonder why, if they've all been like hanging out together, or they're like, why is Scrooge Scottish?
Yeah.
Because I always thought it was like distant.
Yeah, distant relatives, and they've had to go move. With
Yeah,
them.
because I thought he was Donald's uncle as well.
Right.
I thought he was just Uncle Scrooge to
everyone,
Donald and to them.
Yeah.
Because he's like their great uncle.
Yeah,
So
he was just older.
Don't know. Maybe I was wrong, but that would make more sense. He's a bit more distant.
Yeah.
It's not a problem though.
No.
You know, it's only comes in when you're really thinking too much about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't get in the way of the episode.
But it's kind of good that they have cleared up some stuff in a way.
Yeah, and it's cool that they addressed it as they have got an ongoing storyline.
Yeah.
And even though we only saw the payoff to the mystery, it was still quite a cool payoff.
Yeah. Yeah.
The emotions at the end.
Yeah.
High.
That's it.
Scrooge crying.
Deep.
It was deep, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I only watched one episode and I'm involved. This is really heavy.
So. Yeah.
Launchpad McQuack.
Yeah.
He was good.
He was funny. Yeah.
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 He was the right amount of stupid.
Yeah.
Not too stupid, but still very stupid.
Yeah.
Always on about crashing the plane.
That's it.
And I did think the best thing about the episode was the constant Darkwing references.
Yeah.
Like, and how the video had just got
Just
caught on loop
up.
in the credits.
Yeah.
And it's just like Darkwing on a saxophone.
Yeah.
That was good.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. And then at the end, sort of, it's like really dramatic, you know, when the wing of the plane and he's one of the Uis is trying to get that piece, and Scrooge is like, come back, come back, and he's like, Scrooge, do you want me to pause?
Yeah, the Darkwing Duck's still playing.
Do you want me to pause it for you?
That was really funny.
Yeah, that was good. And it was a cool premise with the whole thing being stuck on a thin mountain.
Yeah.
You got it felt like real danger all the time. Like,
yeah.
Every time something bad was happening, it wasn't just like,
oh no,
whatever.
Yeah.
It felt like real danger.
Yeah.
I was a bit like, ooh, flipping heck.
Yeah. It was kind of it was quite a different episode really, because like you'd never really thought of it like that, I suppose, before.
Yeah.
Because like it always seemed kind of trivial, but like I guess the whole episode is kind of centered around like their sort of caretaker or whatever.
Yeah,
she is.
yeah.
It's like basically questioning how safe these missions are for children in the first place.
But she's like the girl's grandma, isn't she?
Yeah.
And one of an agent, Agent 22, I think they called her. I don't really know Scrooge is like her boss.
Yeah.
Do the agents work for him?
I guess so. Yeah.
I'll take it. Darkwing is going to be one of these agents because that's what he is, isn't he? Like a secret agent type thing.
Yeah. Don't know.
So maybe they're just like tying every loose end they've got up.
Maybe.
For these series.
But yeah, it was so like the fear factor was kind of a lot higher than it had been before. It was quite good.
Yeah. It was
made it a bit more death-defying than it had been previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, I liked the mystery build-up, even though we hadn't seen any. It was like as soon as they introduced it to the episode, I felt like I wanted to know what was going on
Yeah.
straight away. As soon as they mentioned, because they do a list, don't they? Like,
Yeah.
why did Scrooge and Donald not talk for these years?
Yeah.
Why, like, who is our mum and where
Yeah.
is she? And as soon as they said it all, I was like,
Yeah,
I
it's
want to
like-
know all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never like,
really thought. Of
Like
it.
you might have thought about it when you were a kid, like,
Mm.
oh, I wonder why they do that, I wonder why. But
Yeah.
you don't think twice about it because they never explain it.
Mm.
As soon as they explained it, I want to know.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, and it was like, I couldn't believe how emotional it was at the end. Just a really like heavy ending, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it was. They managed to kind of close it off. Like it wasn't like a big adventure thing, was it? Like it was all set inside the plane.
Inside the plane, yeah.
So it was. It's like a good way of sort of tying it.
And
down
it
a
had.
little
It
bit.
was weird because it was really quite a heavy subject, but there
Mm.
was enough humour in it still to
Yeah.
balance it off. Just a little cool thing was when, at the end, they go to Donald's house,
Yeah.
and it is his house. From, like in Disneyland, they have
Yeah.
all the houses. It's the same one.
Oh, right, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It is his house.
Yeah.
Which of course it would be, but
Mm.
you're just like, oh yeah,
yeah.
that's cool that it is actually that. And then everyone leaves Scrooge at the end,
Yeah.
including a ghost butler.
Yeah. Yeah. That was.
That was like, what? Imagine that's something you need to have watched.
Yeah.
But it was just.
Was
like,
he
where's
from the original Ducktales?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
think I've
remember
seen
it
him
well
before.
enough.
Like I remember seeing him.
He did
Maybe he's
look
on the intro
familiar,
or
maybe,
something
yeah.
like that. But
Just
yeah.
seemed like this weird ghost
Yeah.
passing by. Okay, well,
Hmm.
shall we
Yeah.
dive into our reviews?
Yeah.
Okay, so here at Toon Jam, we have a 3-point rating system.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up, 50 episodes, baby.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Thumbs down, 50 intros I've had to listen to. And shaky middle, the first DuckTales.
Yeah.
So good, bad, or it's
Yeah.
alright. I'm not sure. Okay, so should we gloss over what our first reviews? Do you remember what they were for the DuckTales?
No, I don't actually. I think they were
I think
shaky
it was
middles.
I think it was a thumbs down and a shaky middle.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so that's possibly what they were.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
You have to go back
That's
and
what
listen.
we're going on. So right now,
Mm-hmm.
2017
Doctor.
DuckTales.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, your
Uh,
rating.
Yeah. Well, I can tell that. I mean, it's obviously a modern update for a modern audience, so it's got little tropes of just like sort of teen humor almost.
Yeah.
Or there was that bit at the start where the caretaker lady or what, Agent 22, where she was trying to be like cool in brackets
Yeah.
or whatever, and like that was a bit painful to experience. But I mean, that was kind of the point.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
still just like the fact that it's there in the first place
Yeah.
still kind of makes you grind your teeth sometimes.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, there's that, and obviously like the theme tune falling flat was upsetting
That is upsetting.
because if they'd have got that bit right and everything else was bad, it probably still would have been better, because
Yeah.
that's the one bit
yeah. I mean, that's what lifted it
yeah
on the old one. It was like,
Yeah.
it's all not. I'm not really enjoyed it, but the theme tune is so good. And
yeah
the legacy and all.
yeah so yeah, that's a bit upsetting. And but whereas I think it looks nice, like it's modern in a good way. I think like it looks crisp and it looks clean, and like the art style is quite nice. They've made some cool adjustments, like you say, like making the characters discernible from each other. They've all got different hairstyles.
I
and
think that's
stuff,
a
like,
big thing. Like,
helpful as well as like cool creatively. And I think it's really it's good. Especially, it's kind of good for both audiences that they're kind of doing these sort of like going back and doing like legacy work and sort of like dealing with issues that they really didn't touch on before, and covering up like old stuff and like old character traits and stuff. So that was quite cool. Like I wasn't expecting that really when I went in.
No.
So it's like, oh, okay, like that's quite good. So it still kind of feels like like they're still very much aware of old Ducktales.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, sometimes it feels like somebody gets the rights to something and then it's like they've never seen it before or anything, and you just like it's just their version of it, and it's got absolutely no bearing on what was before. Whereas this is like, oh, they actually, you know, can see that they actually care about the stuff, and they're actually taking it in sort of new directions. So I mean, really, other than the theme tune being off, and you know, it's sort of like, I mean, essentially it's like not aimed at me, which is my flaw with it, but I can't really fault it on that. There wasn't really much to add to sort of like gripe with. There's some funny references, and like it was fun, and it was exciting at the same time. So I mean, I think it's gonna be a thumbs up from me. Thumbs up, yeah. Unexpected.
I think going in, it had a lot of hype with obviously the 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
You think about that. 100%. If you've not thought about it already, think about it now. There's a lot of hype with that, so it was very much like, well, it's got to live up to that.
Yeah.
So almost geared, and with the previous one,
yeah,
it's just like how much better.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it going to be better, really? But it did feel like when they approached it, instead of going like, what did people love about DuckTales? Let's just do that again. Which obviously they did do.
Yeah.
But they also said like, what are the problems with it? Let's fix them as well.
Yeah. Because
there are problems with it, as much as everyone would like to ignore.
Yeah.
That it is, you know,
Got
it's dated. And
yeah.
You know, there's worse definitely, but there's better as well. But I think I mean, as much as we can tell in one episode, they seem to have fixed loads of the problems. The characters all seem likable. It's funny.
Yeah.
There's real danger, which is rare.
Danger.
Danger.
Right beside.
Yeah. Danger. I can't remember that bit, but yeah, in the song. It felt just like good.
Yeah.
It's a good show. So yeah, I'm a thumbs up too.
Oh boy.
I'm surprised.
I'm
honestly,
surprised.
There's so much.
I was
hype.
ready to
be like thumbs down.
I will say this
shaky
though,
middle.
It's not 100%.
Well,
it's not 100%.
No, but you say that, but we've just given it 100%.
But
2 good reviews.
The fact that the theme tune itself doesn't even hold up.
That is
not 100%. Like, it can't be 100%.
So basically, it's at 50%.
Yeah.
Already. Half of DuckTales
was the theme tune. So yeah, check yourself before you wreck yourself, Rotten Tomatoes.
Exactly. But it was very good. I was very impressed. And if I found out they were doing the other ones from that era as well, the afternoon shows, redoing them, I would be like, oh, that's interesting, because I'd like to see what they do with the other stuff as well.
They've done well with it. It makes sense that it's good. Like it looks good. The story's been taken sort of seriously almost.
I mean, it was heavy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
real heavy.
That was like I imagine some kids were having a real tough day after school on that one, because it's just like, oh man, like
just the last line. You know, when he's sitting there, everyone's left him, and someone says like, "Oh, I hope you're happy."
Yeah.
And then he recounts everything he's done, crying. He says, "I am happy."
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm getting emotional just talking about it. Flipping it.
Yeah. So like, it really takes some turns that you're not expecting, because you think of Scrooge McDuck as this old rich man that's just kind of bitter and whatever, but like this episode just reveals that like that isn't necessarily like, you know, that's, people might perceive him like that, but he's got morals. He has morals that overtake his money. That's it.
I suppose if you look at the old character, it's kind of against it, but then when you look at the actual message you want to be sending, like we did say, didn't we, like the old, like it's all well and good, but it's a bad role model.
Yeah, it is really bad.
And they constantly talk about how money fixes all your problems, it seems, in the old one, whereas this was like, that is not the case at all.
No, that's it.
Like, if anything, it's caused him more problems.
Yeah. So that's definitely improvement on the past.
100%.
Yeah. And I mean,
100%.
Okay. Gone down there. But yeah, and the fact that like all the cast are basically comedians as well, like that can't really help.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't. It doesn't feel like they've scrimped on like voice casting.
Yeah.
Like they've got some. It was like everyone was.
Yeah.
There was no characters that I was like, oh, I hate that character.
That's it.
Which is all too often in watching these shows. But yeah.
And didn't it was it Darkwing? Darkwing, where we reviewed it and we found that the creator denied that they were in the same universe.
Yes.
And
yeah.
always firm on the fact
yeah.
that there is no crossover.
Yeah.
But this episode just showed us that. Oh
boy.
You better.
Yeah. Well, I think they've changed it for the new one.
Yeah.
I don't think it was. That's the trouble, isn't it? It's like just because the creator said it.
Yeah.
Disney, I don't think did.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But yeah, he is going to be in Ducktales,
yeah.
so they're going to
that guy's going to be
blur
upset.
that line.
He's going to be really upset when they do that.
This was never my intention. So yeah,
it was not meant to be.
And those Darkwing references were bang
yeah,
on.
they were pretty
Funny. Like it was funny first time.
Yeah.
Second time it was funnier.
Yeah.
When he was on about pausing it, that just cracked me up because he really ruined the proper tense
Yeah, he
moment
did.
with it,
Yeah.
which was perfect as well. So yeah, okay then. Well, 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
Who knew?
That's it.
It only took
50
episodes to change our opinion on DuckTales. So there you go. Thank you for joining us again. It has been a blast.
Yes.
We've had laughs.
Yeah.
We've shed tears.
Yeah.
We've been to a sort of premiere for Teen Titans Go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows what's next?
Yeah.
But
stay tuned.
Stay tuned, yeah, because we have got some things that we don't even know what's going on. But yes, no, thank you so much for joining us. And here's to another 50.
Yeah.
Hey?
See
the
you
big
then.
100.
Oh.
100%. Okay, yeah, thanks. And until next time, you stay jammy, jammers.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to Toon Jam. And if you want to continue to help us out, you can help us by jumping over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/toonjampod. And if you can rate and review us everywhere you listen to your podcasts, so on iTunes or on the Android apps, that'd be a massive help too. Thank you, and stay jammy.